Troika is a brand consulting, creative design, and content group that holds the view that brands are a company's most valuable asset and that the most enduring brands forge strong emotional bonds with audiences and supporters. To assist brands in converting audiences into ardent fans, they adopt a fan-centric perspective that guides the way they think, create, and design. Their craft is a blend of art and strategic thinking to create a holistic and meaningful brand experience that builds highly engaged, loyal audiences. Using immersive live experiences, brand partnerships, VR, social media, and influencer marketing, Mission is a communications company that helps brands stand out by interacting with consumers from a cultural perspective.
You're watching America Trends. I'm Mary Berg Godwin. And earlier in the show we were talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Everyone's talking about them, or at least I am. I don't know. Are you, Jason? A lot of people. America is fairly obsessed with this couple. And Travis Kelce was on a dating show, reality show called Catching Kelce. And I was about 20 years ago when The Bachelor first came out. I was pretty obsessed with these dating shows, reality TV in general. At some point, I turned off of them because, I don't know, they kind of broke my heart. I got too caught up in their love lives of these humans, and they would invariably break up, and then I was sad. So anyway, I stopped watching, but we as a society seems like we are pretty obsessed with the reality TV world and who's dating who and who's fighting and who's breaking up and who's cheating on who. So we have a special guest here to talk about this with us. She's been on the show before. She's a research psychologist and psychotherapist and the award-winning author of Life Begins at 60, A New View of Motherhood, Marriage, and Reinventing Ourselves. She is also the mother of 5, and her youngest sons were born when she was 60 years old. She is an amazing woman. Dr. Frieda Birnbaum, welcome back to America Trends.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you.
So great to see you again. So, we were talking earlier in the show about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm not sure if you heard the news yet, but apparently they're dating. And he was on this reality show. And anyway, it's just an interesting topic to talk about America's obsession with reality show dating. And I seem to see a shift. I'm talking with other parents that are my age and our teenage kids. Dating is different now for a lot of different ways. I think a lot of it has to do with devices and reality shows and dating apps. I don't know. So I'd like to hear your take on this and how you think it fits in with how, dating shows and digital media is affecting real life dating.
Absolutely. There's a lot of pressure today with teenagers looking perfect. And who looks perfect anyway? These are all models. They want to be on TV. They want to maybe have their own show. We're talking about Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, Marriage at First Sight. I mean, we can go on forever. But these people are not really setting the right pace for young adults. So they're promiscuous, they're half-dressed, they're changing partners. I mean, let's face it, what relationship would really work under those kind of pressures? And most of them don't work. They have to go back to responsibilities. They have to go back to going to work and relatives and errands and financial upsets and situations. So they're absolutely not in reality.
Right. The shows are not in reality. And I think, that's one of the things I was alluding to with, let's say The Bachelor is they're supposed to find love under these circumstances. It just is not, they have these fancy dates and everything's perfect for them. Of course they're going to fall in love, when they've got these romantic dinners and roses and everything's beautiful. But they're not set up for success to last. No. And we're then, as an audience or as people at home, are chatting about people's love lives, and they're real human beings. And then our life is skewed, or our perception of what dating should be like is skewed.
Yes, it's a fantasy. We are voyeurs. We're sublimating for what we can't do at home. But the people who do benefit are the couples who watch, because they learn what not to do, and they can discuss it in a comfortable setting by blaming another character and saying, hey, wait a minute, maybe you have some of these traits as well. So those are the only people who really benefit, because when we're looking at marriage today, 50% of the marriage population is divorced. And that's very scary. We have to look at our own reality. So yes, it's an escape. It's fun. People do benefit from it. The people that are on the cast, most of them don't stay together, but they have other reasons for being there. So let's look really at what is important and what is longevity. I always wondered why, when people get married, do they talk about divorce, the prenup, rather than talking about what can sustain a marriage instead to begin with. So I sort of came up with this emotional prenup, how to handle situations that are going to happen before they even happen. And the number one problem is money. How to spend the money on something, real estate or travel. And people get divorced. The main reason is it's about the money. So we have to look and see what the divorce factors. I mean, one thing, of course, is infidelity. That's the deal breaker. But then there are other things, too, that involve in-laws, vacations, going out with opposite-sex people or coworkers. How do you fight? Are you a fighter? Usually the women remember everything from the past. They dredge everything up. The men usually are the ones that give the silent treatment, and that's even more painful. So all these things that seem trivial in the beginning, once you're in it, can really create a lot of tension and a lot of reasons for divorce. So that's the reality we are in. The other reality shows that we're watching are really not reality. They're fun.
Mm-hmm. And they're scripted.
They're scripted. Yeah. They're edited.
Yeah.
And by the way, the ones that are edited, I want to tell you, they go ahead and they take a sequence from one show and they put it on to the other show.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even make sense for the couples who are watching it. Anything for entertainment, but you're absolutely right.
Well, I think that invariably relationships come to a crossroads because we change in life. So I think people need to watch more Instagram reels for 40-year-olds that have been married, and they kind of talk about the challenges that couples face, and they have to deal with it with some humor and some humility, let's say. Well, I appreciate you so much, Dr. Frieda Birnbaum. People can find you at drfrieda.com. I know you help a lot of people with relationships and empowering women to find, their source of joy, even at 60 plus years old.
Yes.
I appreciate
you.
Absolutely.
It's better than ever. And one thing, I'm going to interrupt you.
Oh, we're actually out of time, Dr. Frieda, but that means you have to come back again.
So, I'm going to come back. I'm coming back. Love you.
Okay, great. We appreciate you so much. drfrieda.com. You can check out her website. And hey, life doesn't end when you're 50 plus, people. Get out there and live your life. And we'll see you again. More America Trends later this week.